Hey friends, and welcome to another little Sydney vlog. And in this video we were lucky enough to be invited into the city for a Pokemon event. But before we got started, we were feeling a little bit hungry, so we decided to go to the Sydney fish markets. Despite living in Sydney for a few years now and having family in Sydney my whole life, this was actually the very first time that I was able to visit the Sydney Fish Market. I decided to record a little bit for you guys as well, just in case you guys haven't visited it either, and show you what the Sydney Fish Market has to offer. There was lots of different seafood, lots of cooked food, and raw sushi and sashimi as well. They had different cultural cuisines such as takoyaki, and also had some drink stalls like Machi Machi. Alk and I opted to get some scallop and salmon, a sashimi lover platter, and some prawn and octopus takoyaki. I also found some watermelon juice, and the same stall was selling chocolate covered fruit, so I got a chocolate covered banana. I was also really excited to try everything and wanted to document it too.
We're in the city today for a Pokemon Go event, and so we decided to come down to the Sydney Fish Market because I haven't been before, but Alk has been with his parents, and get some food. So that's what we're doing today. I know a few of the creative friends are going to be at Darling Square, where the Pokemon Go event is happening around midday. So it's about 10:30 now. We're just eating and spending some time, and then we're gonna head there to meet up with some friends. Also, for context, the Pokemon Go day is like a community day. We can catch specific Pokemon today, and it's gonna be good because we can actually go down and they have a booth under Darling Square, under the underpass, where they're giving out some little hats and little props and stickers and things. So I'm really excited to be invited by Pokemon to go do that. Keen to see friends. It's been a little bit, so yeah.
The first thing that we wanted to eat was the scallop and salmon. It was also covered in a whole lot of cheese, so Alk did give me the rest of his. And honestly, I actually really enjoyed it. There was also some rice hidden underneath, and as pricey as it was still pretty good. The next thing that I wanted to try after the scallop was the takoyaki. The takoyaki stand was selling multiple different types of takoyaki, including the normal octopus, prawn. There was one that was a salted egg seasoning, and a few more. We just opted for the mixed pack of prawn and octopus, and the prawn was delicious. The octopus was also really good, but the prawn one was so good. I definitely would have gone back to get more if I wasn't full after eating. Lastly, we ended up trying the sashimi. Now you can get sashimi from a few different stalls, but the one that we got it at was about $40 for this whole pack. It included some salmon, tuna, scallops that were also covered in roe, and some kingfish. Personally, I think the salmon was the best. I did also really enjoy the scallop as well. The tuna was really fresh, but I think the kingfish was actually a bit much for me. It was quite a big cut and was a lot more fishy tasting than the others, but I still really enjoy sashimi, so the whole meal was really good. Also, because I finished off Alk's cheesy scallop, I gave him quite a bit of the rest of the sashimi, and then I waited a little bit before trying my banana. Alk was judging me for getting a chocolate covered banana, saying that I could have done it at home, and he was right, but it was very tasty. It was time to start heading off because we only wanted to pay for 1 hour of parking, so we did stop by to see some souvenirs on the way out and slowly start making our way to the Pokemon event. So like I said, the Pokemon Go event was the City Safari Day, basically a giant community day where specific Pokemon were around more often. The shiny rate was also higher, and And there were special raids. Because it was a city safari, you could also go to certain Pokestops and collect stamps as you went. We got down to Darling Square, met up with some friends, and picked up a Pikachu visor, a Pokemon fan, and some stickers. We saw our friends Trash and Alex, made sure that we were all wearing sunscreen, and begun our trek walking along the harbour. The Pokemon booth was at the underpass near the TikTok Entertainment Centre, and the stamps were at Pokestops all the way up to the Maritime Museum and around to the aquarium and back. The only thing about Pokemon Go on a hot day was that our phones were overheating quite a little bit. I tried to screen record as much as I could, which wasn't a lot. As we were walking, we did also capture the bridge, turning horizontally to let a boat in, which I don't think I've ever seen in person before. As we got closer to the bridge, we also came across our friends Mads and Will, and they joined us for more Pokemon shenanigans. It was a very hot day. It was about 33 degrees Celsius at this point, and we did come across a cafe with some misters, so of course we had to run underneath and try and cool down. We were also stopping as much as we could to get the Pokestops and capture as many Pokemon as we could. The special Pokemon of the day was Oricorio, Mudbray, and a Pawniard. There were also some unknown, only 3 different letters though, and lucky for me, I had never caught an unknown before, so it was the perfect time to get one. I also mentioned that the shiny rates were higher during the day, but unfortunately for me, I did not catch a shiny throughout the whole day. We did do a couple of raids though, and Alk did end up getting me a shiny Gigantamax Snorlax from one of them, so I was super thankful. It also did help that during the community day, each person got up to 5 trades instead of the usual 1 special trade. Once we got the stamp up near the Maritime Museum, we crossed the bridge over towards the aquarium to get the remaining 2 stamps. We did stop in the shade a couple of times, also allowing people to capture certain Pokemon, and luckily a few of the others did end up catching some shinies each too. It wasn't too long before we collected all 8 stamps that we needed, but that was the minimum requirement. You could continue after and go all around the city to get a whole bunch more. We decided to head back to the Pokemon booth, but before we did that, we stopped into Gelatissimo under IMAX to get some ice cream. It was probably the best decision we made all day. Once back at the Pokemon booth, we went to the photo booth and got some photos taken. We did want to do a big group photo because we accumulated a few friends along the way. However, we couldn't all fit, so we just did it in our couples. I hope you like our alchemy poses. And that was basically it for the day. We said goodbye to our friends and quickly stopped into Kurtosh for a coffee, even seeing that they did Pokemon cupcakes. So we grabbed an Eevee one. It was a super cool day to be a part of. I am eternally thankful for Pokemon for inviting us to participate. I've loved Pokemon my whole life, so it was really cool to be a part of. And also wanted to say a big thank you to all the friends we hung out with. It was super cool to catch up. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I tried to get as much content for you as possible, but let me know if you'd like to see something like this a little bit more. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!